Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Enemy of the State. And this movie came out in 1998, starring Will Smith, Gene Hackman, and Regina King and Jack Black are in it too. And coincidentally, I watched two movies with Jack Black in them in a row, this and Tropic Thunder. Don't ask how that happened, it just so happened to line up. My thoughts on the movie, there were some good performances in it. I wasn't upset with Gene Hackman. I thought he did a good job. I like Will Smith in the movie, and there's some good acting in it, but overall, I thought this movie was a mess. It was incredibly stupid, cheesy. It was very 90s in the sense that it was very over the top and ridiculous, and to some extent, that just makes this movie a product of its time, but unfortunately, it just doesn't have anything that I liked about the 90s. And it was just very dull and irritating to sit through. The action scenes were not good. There were too many close shots throughout the entire film, too many cuts to the point where I couldn't make out what was happening. There were also some scenes and subplots in this movie that I found to be incredibly pointless. The movie just took forever to get from point A to point B for me. I was hoping that our main character being a lawyer would actually come into play into the film, but he really could have had any job and the movie would be no different the more I think about it. I didn't like the music. It was just a generic action thriller music and nothing really made any sense. And there's a point in the movie where you see characters looking through like a security camera footage, and then they just rotate where it's being shot. And I was thinking to myself, that's a cool thing, but it's really impossible to do unless you have multiple cameras, like how they did in The Matrix. And if you know what I'm talking about, then you know. The characters in this movie were annoying. I just found this movie to be incredibly dull and just uneventful, and the movie's too long for what it is. Like, half an hour could have been cut out, and really about half of the time, if not longer, it was just scenes of nothing happening. Like, 40 minutes had gone by for me, and nothing had happened. I was like, there's basically nothing happening in this movie. We just need the antagonist to get one thing that the main character has a hold of, and that's pretty much the whole movie. It was pretty much a worse version of The Ghostwriter and The Fugitive. I know The Ghostwriter came out after this movie, but there were parts of this movie that reminded me of The Ghostwriter and how much more I enjoyed that movie. This is also one of those movies that just feels the need to have text whenever we go to a new location, and it has the exact same sound effect whenever the text appears in any other action movie. And that was kind of annoying. I never once cared about anything that was happening in the movie. Everything just felt like, oh, this is happening, and this is happening. But it just felt all interchangeable, like nothing really linked to the scenes together. It was just all a bunch of random nonsense for no reason. And the actors, while they're doing their best, they really just have nothing to work with in this movie. And that was also pretty disappointing because you see a big cast and you're thinking to yourself, oh, you get to see all these actors play off each other, and you really don't get that in this movie. It's just a bunch of nonsense for no reason. Like characters either running away from other characters or just sitting in front of computer screens. That's all they really do. And that's about all I have to say about Enemy of the State. It was bad, it was boring, the action wasn't engaging, the story didn't click with me, and it was just a bunch of nonsense that didn't make any sense, and the more I tried to put it together, I was just getting more and more frustrated with it. And there isn't really too much to talk about without getting into spoilers. So skip this movie would be my advice. I will never be watching this movie again. It was just very boring and repetitive, and overall just did not need to exist. So with all that being said, I'm going to give Enemy of the State a 2 out of 10. For a while, I was thinking, okay, this is probably going to be like a 3 out of 10, like 40 minutes into it. But then the movie just gets progressively worse, and just I was enjoying it even less at that point, and I was already just not enjoying the film at all. So 2 out of 10 is the highest I can give it. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below you thought of Enemy of the State, and my social media links. They will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.